Well, hello everyone. My name is Swamp, and it is Tomfoolery Tuesday. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is also Halloween, I suppose. If you have kids, it's Halloween. If you don't have kids and it's still Halloween, meaning you're dressing up and going out and doing a bar crawl but calling it trick or treating, then just stop. Just stop it. Just go out and drink like an adult, damn it. You and your Jason costume. Though I guess that's better than, I don't know. What's a millennial costume that someone I don't know. One of the blue guys from Avatar or something? Something god awful like that, I don't know. Anyway, you can see I'm slightly in the spirit. I mean, I got my jack-o'-lantern, so I'm not all bah humbug, but really, adults don't need to wear costumes. Anyway, I had my last doctor's appointment today before the surgery coming up, so that's exciting. Everything is going to be kind of casual, still keeping it kind of casual until after the surgery, so we're going to keep it light, Dutch. Keep it light. I did work on a little something today. Didn't finish it yet, but I was going to show you guys this. Check this out. Eventually, and by eventually, I mean probably next week, this is how we're going to do this. So, side screen and check it out. The scale of tomfoolery. A scale of 1 to 5. And so that's it doesn't do anything yet. But soon it will in fact function as the barometer for all things tomfoolery, which is just great. Oh, I got to turn it off or else it's going to keep popping in and out. So yeah, I haven't this is as far as I got today. Anyway, that's going to be cool. And to give people, I always start off with something just kind of quick and goofy to give people time to roll in. And yes, Bog, you're right. A Bucky's costume. And actually half-ass it too. Not even like B is the rat's name Bucky? Is that what's happening here? Not even like dress up like him, just wear a trucker hat that says Bucky's on it or something. Anyway, to give people time to file in, I'm just going to show you this bit of tomfoolery right off the top. What sort of unholy creation is this? What is going on here? I do not approve. Whoever is doing this, stop. I don't understand. Palestinian flag and the Confederate flag. And maybe this is not important at all. And in fact, I know it's not important, but it just bothers me. Why on earth, if you're going to make this abomination, would you take out the white line right here on the X? It seems like that would be the perfect way if you were going to mash any other flag into the Confederate flag, is you'd keep that. I mean, there's other white. I don't know. Everything about this is just terrible. Everything about this is about as much tomfoolery as you can handle. And we're just getting started. If the tomfoolery scale was working, I don't know, what would this be? This would be a 3.5, 4.5. 3.5 or 4 on the tomfoolery scale. I want to talk to this person, because this seems more like a troll than anything else. I mean, what could this possibly be communicating? What could this possibly be communicating? I just don't know. It's got to be a troll. It's got to be a troll. And I'm not even sure what the troll is about, really. But here we are. All right, let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. Tomfoolery Tuesday. We're starting with what I think is a gem right off the top. Feminist talks about World War III, I guess, or the possibility of women being drafted. Just brace yourselves. So that's always the case on Tomfoolery Tuesday. Here we go.
If women are drafted to the military, I am most excited to see the confrontation between commanding officers and the girls. You think we're gonna let you yell at us? You think we're gonna do something without a please and thank you? We've all had controlling ex-boyfriends. We know not to put up with that bullshit. Like, let's sit down and have a conversation about what you want and what I want, and we'll reach a happy medium. Because there's no way I'm doing what you want when you use that tone with me. You think you can push us around like you do with these men? Think again, baby. You're gonna learn some manners. If women are drafted to the military, I am most excited to...
Damn. And you know what is the most unfortunate thing about this clip of all? Because for years, whenever you come across someone like this, you chuckle to yourself and you would think, man, I can't wait till real life just smacks the shit out of them. But now, if this woman did get into the military, they would bend over backwards and say, you're right, Queen Slay. As opposed to saying, what did you say to me? And then teach them a lesson. That doesn't happen anymore. Now they would say, yes, Queen, you are so right. Don't let the man keep you down.
See the confrontation between commanding officers and the girls. You think we're gonna let you yell at us? You think we're gonna do something without a please and thank you? We've all had controlling ex-boyfriends. We know not to put up with that bullshit. Like, let's sit down and have a conversation about what you want.
And everything about what she's saying definitely screams you could have a reasonable conversation with her. Let's sit down and have a conversation and find a happy medium. Oh, you mean, which is just whatever the hell you say, no matter how crazy it is? It's just unfortunate that when we finally get to a point where reality is just going to slap the shit out of these people, it's by that point it's will have gotten so bad that reality is just slapping all of us in the face, because everything is now set to cater to these types of people. And when the only way they're ever going to get a dose of reality is when it all comes crashing down at their own hand. Which means even those of us who live out in the country and are stockpiling weapons and food are going to have to deal with it. Everyone's going to have to deal with it. Your poor choices are going to affect everyone. This is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. So on a tomfoolery level, on the scale of tomfoolery, so we gotta. I'm eventually. I say by next week, the scale will be working properly. Right now, it's just randomly there. But soon, it'll be working. On the scale of tomfoolery, 2.5, 3, maybe. About that. I mean, it's not off the charts. She's just being a woman. Though actually just being a woman in general gives you a solid 1, default 1 on the tomfoolery scale. So maybe it is like a 3.5 of tomfoolery. This is when the 6 women that follow my channel unfollow. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't now left, because I said that women have a base level tomfoolery. If that's the thing that makes you leave the channel, I don't know what to tell you. Up next, I've had this one for a while. And it could be, as I always say, could be one of the things that gets me canceled, gets the stream taken down. I don't know. But I've had this since Columbus Day, or as they call it now, Indigenous Peoples Day. I don't think I've used it yet. If I have, my bad. But I don't think that I have. It's a clip of, let's see how they say, we asked Native Americans to do word association on camera. So they grabbed Native Americans and said the word Columbus, and then they filmed the results. And it's hilarious. It's supposed to be heart-wrenching, and you're supposed to go, oh no, those poor Native peoples. But instead, it just kind of comes off as a skit on something, very dry humor. And as the person who brought this to my attention said in the post, they said, am I the only one who laughs that they're answering all of this in English? But here we go. Native Americans word association with Christopher Columbus. Sure to be pure gold.
Christopher Columbus.
Evil. Pure evil.
Got him. We asked Native Americans to do word association on camera. These are their responses to Christopher Columbus.
Invader. He got lost coming here, and he's the one that named us Indians because he thought he was in India. So he's not a good figure to the Native community.
Confused? I don't think we should have a holiday for it.
Pain, claiming North America as like land that could be claimed and could be taken.
I hate to break it to you, lady. I hate to break it to you. But history shows that it was land that could be claimed and taken because it was. I'm sorry. Keep telling me in English how much you hate Christopher Columbus.
It's the start of a lot of pain.
Christopher Columbus.
Whoa, what a strange looking person.
I guess ignorance.
Oh my God, murderer, rapist.
Genocide. The atrocities committed.
And I gotta say, very few of the people in this look to be full-blooded, quote-unquote Native American, which really then brings us to the point that, well, even if you hate the guy for some reason, you probably wouldn't be here, given that you seem to be a mix of races. So there's that. But no, yeah, for sure.
Just grotesque. And the scars are still felt today.
Evil?
Evil.
Fuck him. Yeah, fuck Columbus.
Fuck Christopher Columbus.
So edgy.
Fuck you. He's the first terrorist in America, that's for sure.
It's according.
Oh, get out of here. He was the first terrorist in America. Did you know before Christopher Columbus, everyone was just living, it was the Garden of Eden. There was no brutality at all anywhere in North America. And one thing that really drives me insane about these kinds of people, not native people, but the people who, when you say, let's do a word association with Christopher Columbus, and they go, fuck that guy, evil, rapist, murderer. This is a pre-programmed answer that's been brought by the education system. I mean, this is not a normal reaction. Sure, there may be some people out there that still have been taught through generations that they hate Christopher Columbus. But come on, my dude. We are so removed from that now. I find it hard to believe. It's suspect to me. On the scale of random bitchiness from minorities, slavery, at least, there's a little bit more of a recent connection than Christopher Columbus. If we had to put a statute of limitations, maybe something, but it's all canned, pre-programmed answers. No one would have just randomly felt this way had it not been for the absolute takeover of the American education system from kindergarten all the way through college. Because even I'm not that old, all right? And when I was in school, even I was taught about this, that Christopher Columbus was not a good dude. And what's strange is people my age tell me all the time about how they grew up we were told these lies about that Christopher Columbus was like this great guy. I'm like, where the hell did you go to school? Because as usual, sign me up. You're telling me there was a school somewhere that was talking about Christopher Columbus as if he did something great? Because that's not where I went to school. When I was in school, they were teaching that Christopher Columbus was not a good guy and that Thanksgiving shouldn't be celebrated because it was the genocide of the Indians. I mean, come on. Who? I don't know. It seems like there's some tomfoolery going on here.
To the U.S. government law, it says if you partake in somebody that's stealing, then you're just as guilty. Everybody knows the United States was stolen.
And does anyone want to bring up the irony? You know, it's like saying, isn't it funny that they're using English as they complain about this? Isn't it also funny that this guy is wearing a John 14:6, a Jesus hat? Also, while he's talking about how terrible Christopher Columbus was, and presumably all colonizers, and he's a Christian.
So therefore, all those that are original, that knows about the genocide, the rape, the murder, the theft, the putting on the reservations on a rock that they couldn't survive on, they're going to have to face judgment.
Murderer.
Who the hell is this guy?
It always was weird to me to have
This guy doesn't matter what he's talking about. His tomfoolery is 5 out of 5.
that day off in celebration of somebody. Like, we don't have a day for Hitler, but
what?
It's, you know, it's the same thing. Like,
breaking news. Christopher Columbus is the same as Hitler. I wish the education system had taught anybody any other bad guy in history. Just so occasionally we could shake it up a little. It's always Hitler. Maybe throw in a few other names occasionally, just like, oh, wow, spicing it up, you know? Variety's the spice of life. But no, it's always Hitler. So I guess now we're going to have Donald Trump. So now if they were doing this, they would say, oh, he's like Donald Trump. Because, in case you forgot, Donald Trump is worse than Hitler.
Like there are so many other people that Italian Americans or Italians can hold up as their heroes besides Columbus.
Wrong.
Fake.
Fake.
What did they teach
Fake.
Christopher Columbus in school?
They teach us that Christopher Columbus discovered America.
What should they teach?
That Christopher Columbus didn't discover anything and instead got lost.
Just because he got lost does not change the fact that he discovered America. I hate when they play this semantic game of like, well, it existed before he was there, so he didn't discover it. Are you retarded? No, he discovered it. I mean, what do you want? For all intents and purposes, from the American perspective and the European perspective, he discovered it. Sure, whatever. Whatever, my dude. All right, what do you say? On the tomfoolery scale, I've seen higher tomfoolery. I'm going to go 2.5. I mean, it's funny. It's hilarious. But this kind of tomfoolery has just become tiresome at this point. It really doesn't break through. You know what I mean? Sure, hilarious. But we get a lot more tomfoolery on here. And I have a feeling we will see a lot more tomfoolery as the stream goes on. All right. Let's see here. Should we keep going on the race, BIPOC, whatever you want to call it, train? Yeah, let's go to this one. So that was people upset about Christopher Columbus. This is a clip that I think is really, I don't know. I'm not even sure what the word is for it. A woman, this black activist, I guess you'd call her, doing an interview with somebody else I've never heard of. So two women I've never heard of. And she says there aren't enough reparations in the world to pay black people. So while advocating for reparations, she says the quiet part out loud, which there isn't enough reparations in the world, which really just means they want to take everything. That's what they want. And if you die in the process, so be it. Yeah, this blacktivist for sure.
It's again displaying our own white supremacy, especially trying to slide into your DMs. Help me, fix me.
Oh, let me say something else.
Right?
Let me say something else. Because again, I told you I'm an independent people's worker. I'm happy that your people want to give me their money and they want to support me. I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you. Trust me. Thank you. But at the same time, when we start talking about intersectionality, which is white supremacy,
we are never going to talk about intersectionality. We are not all completely insane. Yeah, when we start talking about this, no. If it's within my power, I'm going to stop it. We are not going to be talking about intersectionality. We can talk about anything else. But yes, continue. Let's talk about intersectionality.
which is gender, which is capitalism, Americans. White people, I need you to know that your money will not assuage you from your guilt. You cannot pay your way out of this. There aren't enough reparations in the world that you can pay us. And so you think because you write a
And look at this embarrassing excuse for a white woman, how she even puts her hands on her hand on her chest and she's like, oh, nodding along like, where is it? Yeah, right there. She's like, oh, yes, please tell me more. This is great.
guilt. You cannot pay your way out of this. There aren't enough reparations in the world that you can pay us. And so you think because you write a check or you slide me something in Venmo that you're absolved and you can tell somebody, well, I gave Dr. Blay $100. I'm not racist. Dr. Blay is going to spend your $100 and still tell you that you're racist. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Why is the white woman laughing and saying that's awesome? This woman just explained that she hates you because you're white, no matter what. Why do we still entertain these people? And she still thinks that you do need to give her the money. She still wants the reparations. Don't get me wrong. If we're not sitting here saying, you know what? Keep your reparations because it's an insult to me because what I've lost, you can't possibly pay back with money. That at least could be respected. Where you go, okay, sure. But she's having it both ways. Have your cake and eat it too. No, you need to give me money and you should give me money, but just know I'm still gonna hate you and it's never gonna be enough. Now that is some tomfoolery. That is just almost off the charts. Honestly, I'd have to put this probably around a 4. Maybe a 4.5 on the tomfoolery scale. This is she's begging for your money, and then when you hand it to her, she slaps you and spits in your face. And you're supposed to say, "Thank you, ma'am. May I have another?" How about this? You can just go straight to hell, straight to jail. And gosh, the white woman that's interviewing her, man. The self-hatred this woman has is just off the charts.
It's again displaying our own white supremacy, especially trying to slide into your DMs. Help me, fix me.
Let me say something else.
Right?
Let me say something else. Because again, I told you I'm an independent people's worker. I'm happy that your people want to give me their money and they want to support me. I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you. Trust me. Thank you. But at the same time, when we start talking about intersectionality, which is white supremacy, which is gender, which is capitalism, Americans, White people, I need you to know that your money will not assuage you from your guilt. You cannot pay your way out of this. There aren't enough reparations in the world that you can pay us.
Now, I will agree that money is not going to assuage these people of their guilt because these people are so broken. Their minds are so broken that, of course, it's not going to. They have to hold on to their guilt. It's all they have. So, you know what? What was it? Dr. somebody? I don't know if she's actually a doctor or what. The Blacktivist. I'm going to keep my money. Because I don't even have any guilt that needs to be... I even need to attempt to relieve myself of. So I'm going to keep my money. You continue to sit over there and complain about... I don't know. So I got to say, I'm thinking... a 4 on the tomfoolery scale. On the foolo meter. The foolery meter, as PRD said. Maybe about a 4. 3.5 or 4. Somewhere around there. Is going to be where our Blacktivist friend sits. And she better respect it and cherish it more than the white people who give her money, because she does not like you. I'm going to move this one to the end. All right, here's something, again, that I've had for a long time, and I've wanted to bring up, and just have not gotten around to it. Here we go. This went viral a while ago. It's actually gone viral a few different times, but there's 2 different clips from this company called Fusion Comedy. They always try to say they're being funny when they just make a cartoon that says, white people are an infectious disease that should be eradicated from the country. Funny, right? And you go, huh? But this is a classic. You may have seen this one. The one where they compare white people to mosquitoes. Which is interesting because that's always been the language used by anybody when they want to get rid of any particular group from any particular country, is you start equating them with diseases and with insects. Always turns out great. You know, it's what could go wrong? But here we go. How microaggressions are like mosquito bites. And apparently there's a clean version of this, but this is not the clean version of it. So I'm just wondering how much worse it could get. Because I'd only ever seen the clean version. So here we go. White people are mosquitoes, as we all are aware. At least I've thought that my whole life.
For people who still don't think that microaggressions are a problem.
Oh, you're so well spoken.
Just imagine, instead of being a stupid comment, a microaggression is a mosquito bite.
Ugh, it's a compliment.
Mosquito bites and their itch are one of nature's most annoying features. But if you're only bitten every once in a while...
No, where are you really from?
Cleveland?
Sure, it's annoying, but it's not that big a deal. The problem is that some people get bitten by mosquitoes a lot more than other people.
I want to know in real life, in actual real life, not in leftist activist life, how many people, before they were told to be offended, were actually offended when someone said, "Where are you from?" And even if they said, "I'm from Cleveland," and you're clearly talking to someone who is not originally from Cleveland, and you said, "Well, no, what is your country of origin? You know, where is your family from?" Is that really... I mean, was anyone actually offended by that before we were told that you should be offended by this? The times, man. They're just crazy. We live in a society. Uh-oh, the screen went away. The screen's broken. There we go.
A lot more. Whether it's on a date,
Oh, your English is so good.
Excuse me?
going grocery shopping,
You know, everything happens for a reason.
I'm just buying apples.
commuting to work,
So when are you gonna have a baby?
watching TV,
We have to keep the Redskins name. It's part of our culture and history.
or just walking down the street with your partner.
I couldn't even tell you were gay.
Mosquitoes seem to pop up everywhere.
Do you know John? Give me shopping advice. I love Cher too.
And getting bit by mosquitoes every goddamn day,
Can I touch your hair?
multiple times a day,
So pretty. Can
Can I touch
your
it,
hair,
please?
I want to touch. Can I please?
is fucking annoying. And makes
I would like to dispel the myth that routinely, just all the time, white people walk up to black people and touch their hair. If this ever has happened to somebody, it most likely happened when they were a kid and it was by another kid. You know, before people would, you know, when you're young and you haven't learned like etiquette about things like that. I I cannot imagine. I'm calling BS on anyone who ever says that someone just walked up to them and grabbed their hair. Not buying it. Not buying it. I could buy that someone that you're talking to complimented your hair or said something, oh, your hair is really cool, I like it, or something like that, which is just a weird thing to do anyway. I mean, it's strange, but that's believable. But this myth about people just coming, hey, can I touch your hair? Let me touch your hair. Not buying it. But here we are in 2023, still hearing this ridiculously stupid microaggression.
you want to go ballistic on those mosquitoes, which seems like a huge overreaction to people who only get bit every once in a while.
It's just a mosquito bite. Who cares?
Just another angry black woman.
Of course, beyond just being annoying, some mosquitoes carry truly threatening diseases that can mess up your life for years.
Astrophysics? Maybe you should try less challenging, Major.
Ow, my dreams.
And other mosquitoes carry strains that can even kill you.
He looked like he was up to trouble, okay? I felt threatened.
So next time you think someone's overreacting, just remember, some people experience mosquito bites all the time.
You're all so exotic. Wow.
And by mosquito bites, we mean microaggressions.
I really can't believe this. We're still talking about this. This video is 7 years old. People have been pushing this crap for over 7 years. The tomfoolery, man. Listen, if you get worked up to the point where you just lose your shit over nothing, like, you know, hey, how you doing? Oh my God, that's a microaggression. You need to see a therapist, which actually brings us back to the first video that I talked about, because you can't say that anymore. Because if you say that, they're going to go to a therapist who tells them the same shit over again. You're right. That was horrible. Remember when that guy asked you, where is your family from? That was a genocide against your people. That was evoking the ghost of Christopher Columbus to rape your entire family. Not just a small talk, conversation starter, killing time kind of thing. It was literally killing you. One more from Fusion, and then we'll rate Fusion in general on the tomfoolery meter. I've not seen this one, but it seemed like something I had to watch, and you're going to enjoy it with me. So it's called Our Hidden Biases. It says adult biases can be could have lifelong implications for children. Wow, I can't read. This video was developed by Project ABC, an early childhood system of care community to spark dialogue among child-serving professionals. Child-serving professionals. Even on our best days, we may not be mindful of our thoughts, our thought processes, and biases. That sounds great. Now this says it's from. I have this article. It says these are from the same people, and now I'm not sure. They may need to be two different tomfooleries. Oh, so both of these videos were shown at a school. So I guess they're not related in the production. So actually, we get two tomfooleries for the price of one, because I thought these were both from the same organization, but they're not. So there you go, two tomfooleries for the price of one. So I gotta say, on the tomfoolery scale of this first one, the microaggressions thing, like I said, we've been hearing this for a decade. So it does kind of take the sting out of the tomfoolery, because again, it's all so tiresome. It's all so tiresome. So I'm gonna say, on the scale of tomfoolery, what do you think? Well, technically it deserves a 5. But given its age, I'd say it bumps it down. You know what I mean? Yeah, we could go 4.5. Maybe that's... Because this is the root of a lot of this crazy shit. Like I said, this video is 7 years old. They've been pushing this microaggression crap for a long time. So it's definitely up there on the high end of the tomfoolery scale because of it leading to all these other things. This is what has brought us to the day where now we have all these transgenders running around and all the different non-binary and all this crap, and the Black Lives Matter and the pro Hamas people now, and all it all stems from the same tree. You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, let me turn the scale off. All right, up next, yeah, our hidden biases. So I guess these were both shown at the same school at the same time. And yes, that is a Silent Hill hat. I'm pretty sure it's just from the room, but I guess it became the Silent Hill seal, or I just never noticed it. I felt it was appropriate for streaming on Halloween, but this is not a Halloween stream. Don't you dare call it a Halloween stream. I would never try to increase viewership by saying it's a special Halloween event. I wouldn't do that. I'm a streamer with integrity. Damn it.
Good morning. How are you?
Cool.
So, can we talk about how you got here?
You think I got a funny looking face? I just thought it was funny.
Hey kids, I'm telling you, go right here.
Man, we ain't doing nothing.
Go right here before I'm called cops.
So, you didn't do anything?
Damn right, lady. He didn't do nothing. Just like the boys. Didn't do nothing. Get your stickers now. I didn't plan that. It just worked out that way. It seemed like I needed to do it.
Nope. Then what's all this?
Depends on who's reading it, I guess.
What?
Well, looks broken. Skateboarding, huh?
Yes.
Is this the first time you've hurt yourself?
No, I get hurt all the time.
At home?
At home? He hurt himself skateboarding at the park.
Okay, ma'am. I'm gonna have a counselor come in and speak with you.
A counselor? For what?
This is, I love even when they do these types of, after school special type things where they try to show how bad it is, the plight of the black family in America. It's still totally innocuous things. This happens to white families too. You realize that, right? This is not a exclusively black thing. They really do believe that whenever white people go anywhere, they just go, "Oh, well, son of a bitch, walk right in. You do whatever the hell you want. We don't care." And yes, this does feel like a Darmon film. But you know what I mean? They just act as if anything that is a slight inconvenience is somehow just the end of the world, or a microaggression from those disease-infested mosquitoes of white people. You know what I mean? Gee.
He's okay.
Well, I done told you them.
Oh, hey, there's the dad. It's a good thing I didn't make the "where's the dad" jokes. I was about to, and the dad is here.
Trix was gonna put you in the hospital.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, too. A nurse will be in a few minutes to help you check out.
What's up?
That doctor thought I did this to him.
I mean, by law, they're supposed to look into stuff like that. But wait, are they trying to show here that having both a mother and a father is a good thing? You know, like it's beneficial for the dad to stick around. Okay, I can agree with that, but I have a feeling that's not where we're going with this. But I could be wrong. 11 years earlier. Holy crap. I feel like we're having a Dewey Cox moment. He has to think about his entire life before he plays. This kid's got to go through his entire life before he answers any questions. And here's one of those moments. Like, this is pretty much a Darmon film for sure. It's definitely light or right there on that same kind of stuff. But here's the part where the white woman acts like it's 1953. Sure, there was a time when if a black family came to the playground, all the white families, and not even everywhere, but just in some places where they would say, "We're leaving. The darkies are here." They would use a different word, but sure. But again, that was quite a while ago. It's not 1962 anymore. It's not the 50s or the early 60s anymore. I'm sorry. Get the hell over it. I'm sorry. Someone's got to say it. Get the hell over it. You know, why can't we all just be glad that things are better now? That would we can't do that. That would be lame.
Hi.
Didn't even say a word. This is totally realistic. It's because I'm black.
It ain't fair. Fair has nothing to do with this. This is about you taking responsibility for your actions. Look, I know so many young men just like you that didn't do anything. And yet, most of them are in prison.
You don't know me. I ain't going to no prison.
If you don't want to end up in prison, you're going to have to get some new priorities and probably some new friends, too. Look, you're not getting any younger. You need to get an education so you can get a good job.
Like you just like everybody else. You think you see, but you don't see. You see what you want to see.
I see what's in this folder.
The absolute irony. Could you maybe take that insight and look at yourself? Listen, my brother, I think you might be seeing what you want to see here. Nah, it's the racism. You're right.
Folder. It shows me what you've been doing.
I ain't doing nothing.
I am not doing anything. Stop.
I ain't doing.
Wait a minute. This is 9 years earlier? And this is how old he is 9 years ago? But I guess he is younger here. I was about to say, I thought they got the ages mixed up. All right. Oh, my bad. I'm engaging in some tomfoolery. Look at this discount Drew Barrymore, right?
Stop.
I ain't doing nothing.
I'm not doing anything. And yes, you were. Get to the timeout chair. Now, please.
How come, and this, seriously, I've brought this up many a time. Why is using incorrect English considered a staple of black people? Why would anybody why would anybody willingly associate themselves with sounding uneducated? Just sounding like an absolute jackass. I don't get it. Because it's not a black thing. And if you say that it is, what you're saying is you're stupid. I don't get it. I mean, black people can speak English. I've seen it. I know. It's been in my life experiences. I've seen it, you guys. I can't tell. Was that a microaggression or just an aggression that I just subjected everyone to right there? And I just got to say again, if this black kid thinks this is a unique experience to being black, that an altercation happens at school and the person who didn't cause the problem is the one who gets in trouble, then damn, son, I got to tell you about my entire experience in public school. Everyone knows this. There's memes about this. The bully's not the one who gets in trouble. It's the kid who finally says, son of a bitch, leave me alone, and then hits the bully. And then that's the kid that gets in trouble. Happened to me all the time.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Sorry for what? Do you see yourself in this story? Well, actually, I guess I kind of do, because I related to that last part, but I'm not black. I love how they really didn't make any points at all in this video. But the whole point of the video was this. Right here. This. This was the whole point. Look at this little boy. Don't you feel bad? I mean, you don't know what exactly it is that you feel bad about, but don't you just feel bad? Stop being white. You oppressor? You Christopher Columbus enjoyer? Okay. What do you think, guys? Tomfoolery level. What levels of tomfoolery are we reaching with this one? It definitely has Darman vibes, so it's got to be close to 5. I mean, the tomfoolery is pretty up there. I feel like once I actually roll out the tomfoolery meter, the scale of tomfoolery, I'll be a little bit more conservative with the rankings because you can't cheapen it. I mean, everything can't be at a number 5, you know? It's so we'll see. But yeah, I would say definitely between a 4 and a 5. Absolutely. And by the way, once I get that actually set up and it's working properly and everything, that's what we're going to do is so at the end of Tomfoolery Tuesday, everything we went through will have a rating and we'll see which one is up there. And if there's a tie, I guess we'll vote. But we'll just, at the end, we'll look over. I'm working it out, you know? There's going to be a cool system coming, I promise. Okay, up next. I'm not even sure how to say. See, now this clip, I think, illustrates what I was just saying, that we need to be more conservative with the Tomfoolery rankings. Because if this clip isn't 5 out of 5 on the Tomfoolery scale, I don't know what is. I'm not sure there's ever been this much tomfoolery in the world, ever.
19-year-old Alfred Lewis spoke with me about how he feels about it now.
You know, I just made a mistake, and everybody makes mistakes.
This is the video in question, first shared with KHOU 11 via the Nextdoor app. In it, you can clearly see Lewis striking a man in the head from behind before he turns around in shock.
I know, like, from the video, all you see is, like, the bad part about it, but what people didn't see was that I shook his hand after and how
Oh, well, son of a bitch. He shook his hand after. All is great. Give the boy a scholarship, free ride to Harvard. It's great.
I had gave the man a hug.
That is something we cannot verify, nor can we confirm that another man seen in the video getting punched and grabbed later left on good terms, according to Lewis.
I really didn't expect for it to just go so left, you know?
19-year-old Alfred Lewis.
So this guy did not expect. Let's try to follow his logic here. This guy did not expect that when he was doing a TikTok prank, I'm assuming TikTok because that's where all brain-dead morons go. TikTok prank where he just runs up behind someone and punches them, trying to knock them out. And if the first hit doesn't take him down, he just keeps pummeling. He can't see how that went so awry, that people were upset about this and that he could potentially get in trouble for this. It just went awry because apparently in his mind, if everything went according to plan, which I guess would involve the guy just dropping to the ground unconscious, then it would be totally fine. But because there was some crazy white people out here, it went awry, you know? and just want to say, what is it? I mean, this guy, like 17, 18 years old maybe. What is it with teenagers and having hair in their eyes? Even the black teens do it. I thought that was an emo white teenager thing. But apparently the blacks do it too. Wait, or did they appropriate that culture from the white emo kids? This is something that we need an investigation into. But that alone gives you some tomfoolery points. I mean, that puts you at like a 2 tomfoolery already. If women have a baseline of a 1 tomfoolery, teenagers definitely have a baseline of 2 of tomfoolery. I don't make the rules. That's just how the system works. Because I made the rules. But yeah, I cannot imagine that this warrants anything other than a 5 out of 5 on the tomfoolery scale. It's impossible. It has to be a 5 out of 5. And this dude's just giving an interview outside of his house. We don't even know how many people that he just cold cocked on the sidewalk for TikTok likes. He's just walking around doing an interview? How is he not in a cell right now? What is going on? But you know what? Me and my boy here, we didn't do nothing. I tell you what, didn't do nothing. Get your stickers now. Oh. Sure. I'm not even going to pull up the scale for that one because that's obviously a 5 out of 5 tomfoolery. No, he's good. He's good. He's good. All right, moving on to... I feel like this always has to make an appearance on Tomfoolery Tuesday. Eventually, maybe the world will be good enough and that we won't have to talk about this anymore. But the climate activists are always up to some tomfoolery. So this was another one that really freaking pissed me off. No surprise. The Wellington Arch painted orange. This is it. They posted this with this this description and everything. They did this. This morning, 3 Just Stop Oil supporters have painted the grade 1 listed Wellington Arch orange to demand the UK government end new oil and gas. All right, let's watch it. And he yells, "Free Palestine." Of course he does. Dude is out here defacing art for climate and then yells, "Free Palestine." These people are this is AI generated activism. This is text word prediction activism. Look at these losers. How awesome would it be if they're just standing there and then out of nowhere that black kid just runs up and decks them? What a bunch of losers, man. If you are going around defacing things that are over 100 years old or whatever it is, that are obviously objective works of art, 200 years old, objective works of art for the climate, and you're just, I mean, really for any reason, but you're out there defacing it, definitely straight to jail and a stiff sentence. If you do something like that, I mean, minimum 15, 20 years. You are a piece of human garbage. And now, I haven't watched this one yet. This was also posted by Just Stop Oil about the same thing. And I'm really interested to see what in the hell is going on here. Yeah, see, they even brag in their own posts about how, you know, this is a work of art. And so you just shit all over it for your psychotic climate change alarmist ideology. Yeah, gee, thanks. I'm sure you got a bunch of people on your side now. Wow. All right. I'm curious as to what is going on in this video.
For our information please story this week, we show you a famous London landmark with a secret that few of the passing millions would ever guess. It's the Wellington Arch overlooking Hyde Park Corner, the topographical centre of London, and one of the capital's busiest traffic junctions. This policeman knows the secret. He's part of it, one of the complement of 5 who man London's smallest, most exclusive police stations, an outpost of the law inside the Wellington Arch itself. Now he's checking in for a spell of duty. He's given the numbers of stolen cars to watch out for on traffic duty. He'll have to keep his eyes skinned. The last traffic census taken here revealed that 83,000 vehicles crisscross the corner every 12 hours. That's one side of life at the police station in the Monument. You'd hardly think there was room here for a hard-worked bobby to enjoy his off-duty hours. But there's space here for almost everything.
What a bunch of jackasses. You know what I think is absolutely hilarious is that they named their movement Just Stop Oil. It sounds like something a brain-dead moron would come up with. Just stop the climate. What? I don't know, just stop oil. Stop it from what? I don't know, just oil, stop it. Well, what do you want us to do? Just stop it. Straight to jail. Tomfoolery ranking, I don't know, let's say 2.5. 2.5 I think feels good. Because you got to take some points off of the tomfoolery ranking because these people are obviously retarded. And it's never okay to laugh at the mentally handicapped. So you may feel like this is a 3.5 or a 4 because they're defacing a work of art that's 200 years old. But they're also retarded. So, you know, that's... I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. Moving on. Some more climate geniuses. So we had an Australian reporter that says this is the hottest year in over 100,000 years. So we are aware of the fact that this year, 2023, is the hottest in 100,000 years, you guys. Why not just say it's the hottest in 100 billion trillion gazillion years? It's the hottest year ever. I mean, what? 100,000 years, you guys. Forgive me for possibly not buying this.
An alarming report from climate scientists this morning. They warn our planet has entered uncharted territory as we go into what is expected to be the hottest year in more than 100,000 years. We're joined now by Kate Creedon, who's been looking at the data. Kate, welcome. What do we know from what scientists have found?
Well, Davina, it's pretty alarming information. These scientists aren't holding back, warning.
You get it, guys? It's pretty alarming. And stay with me here. 100,000 years. Totally legit number. Not using this number just to try to make you feel alarmed. Totally legit. 100,000 years, you guys. That's alarming. You hear how big that number is? Wow.
Life on Earth is in danger. The team made up of climate scientists from around the world published a report in Bioscience this morning revealing 20 out of 35 planetary vital signs are now at record extremes, which they say is worse than anything humans have ever seen before. They've identified all these climate records that have been smashed in the past year. In 2023 already, there have been 38 days with global average temperatures more than 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels. And in July, the Earth Earth's highest average surface temperature ever was recorded, what scientists believe was the highest surface temperature the planet has seen in more than 100,000 years. Now, while this is
100,000 years?
Really a call to action from these scientists.
My God, 100,000 years.
To scale up efforts globally to combat climate change.
So what does it mean for our summer ahead?
Well, it is going to be really interesting. We know that we're currently in El Nino weather pattern, which means we're likely to experience a hot and dry summer. It's only October. We're already seeing widespread bushfires across the eastern states. It's a big contrast to what we saw last year when we had widespread flooding. It now looks like we're heading into drought. Take Sydney, for example. The city is currently sitting at just 15.6 millimetres of rain for the month of October so far, compared to an average rainfall of 78 millimetres, while in
Yeah, wow. Now this is alarming stuff. 100,000 years. And of course, what this means is we're running out of time, you guys. We're running out of time. Guess what, you guys? There's only like 10 years left. 5 years, 2 years. We're all going to die. It's the hottest it's been in 100,000 years. Now, in unrelated news, to keep on the climate activist thing, here is a clip from 1983. See if you can see a pattern here. The tomfoolery. The tomfoolery.
The Reagan administration has proposed making airbags or automatic seatbelts mandatory for new cars. Critics urged immediate action. And finally, a federal report today predicted possible catastrophic warming of the Earth by the 1990s with the strong climate change. I'm Jessica Savage in New York. More news later on this NBC station. The Reagan administration has proposed...
Look out, you guys. Look out, man. I feel like we're still here. And I grew up in the 90s. I don't remember any climate catastrophes. I'm pretty sure it's been the same as it's always been. But sure. What would you rate our end of the world climate history? 100,000 years, you guys. 100,000 years. Now, just remember, this needs to be the highest tomfoolery ranking in 100,000 years. I'm going a solid 3. Going a solid 3. I feel it. Solid 3. All right, let's see. How long? What's the time looking like? All right, yeah, we got time. Let's do some more. Let's go to... Oh, man. This is when I'm really going to fly off the handle. There's been... How do I say this? So there's been a wave of... not of climate change. We've already covered that. Over the last year, there's been a wave of people going like, well... My bad on the whole COVID thing, you guys. My bad. What are you upset about? I said I was sorry. Can't we just forget about it and move on? No, jackass. You wanted to put me in a camp, you asshole. No, we are not giving amnesty. We have learned. You have exposed yourself as being an authoritarian, despot piece of shit. And we are never, ever going to listen to anything you have to say ever again. That's where we are, brother. There is no, my bad. It's like, okay, guys. We may have handled this Ruby Ridge thing wrong. My bad. Listen, guys. Sorry about the camps thing. It was, things... What a wacky time, right? Oopsie doopsie. Hey, it's all right though. Let's go grab a beer, man. You can trust that I will never do this again. Or will you do it again the second the government tells you to? I'm kind of leaning in that direction, personally. So here's a guy. New NYU professor on Bill Maher saying that, oopsie doopsie. I'm the expert, though. Get out of here.
Well, I was on the board of my kid's school during COVID. I wanted a harsher lockdown policy, and in retrospect, I was wrong. The damage to kids of keeping them out of school longer was greater than the risks. But here's the bottom line. Myself, our great people, the CDC, I'd like to thank the governor, we were all operating with imperfect information, and we were doing our best. So
yeah, well.
So let's learn from it. Let's learn from it. Let's hold each other accountable. But let's bring a little bit of grace and forgiveness in the shit show that was COVID.
Yeah.
Well, I was on the board of my...
Well, here's the thing, Scott. No. That's it. No. What is this? It was a crazy time, you guys. We all did crazy things. Am I right? No. No. You're not going to learn a damn thing from this. The next time there's a hysteria that gets whipped up, when they start calling for the climate lockdowns, you're going to be right there at the heels of the World Economic Forum and all the rest of the globalists saying, tell me what to do. I'll do it. Oh, those guys? Throw them in jail. We need climate camps. This freaking guy. We could show it was a crazy time, you know. We could use some grace. No. Because see, here's the thing, Scott. I knew before COVID ever happened that what you did during COVID was the wrong thing to do. I thought we all had an understanding that the way you behaved during COVID was not the way you should ever behave in any circumstance. So no, Scott, there is no grace. You do not get a our oopsie doopsie do-over, guys. Get out of here. Straight to jail. I mean, honestly, we should be having tribunals and saying, okay, who were the ones that did this, you guys? Because you could only do a, hey, whoopsie doopsie, if everybody was on board with this. Right? Everybody. But guess what? That's not the case. That's not what happened, Scott. Scott. A lot of us knew that you don't behave this way regardless of the circumstance. But you didn't seem to know that. So you're on the list, Scott. Stay frosty, Scott. Because we're keeping an eye on you now. We know what you've done. You ugly bald guy. Seriously, no. Sorry, Scott. No amnesty. You can go straight to hell or straight to jail. Preferably jail, then hell. That would be great. I'm all for that. Clearly, I've stated how I feel about the tomfoolery scale here. I got to start being more conservative with this because we can't just have everything come out as being 5 out of 5 on the tomfoolery scale. But that's pretty damn high on the tomfoolery scale. Let's put that at a 4. I think that's fair. If only because I don't want to have every single thing I do be number 5. I think that's the risk that I'm going to run here, is as Tomfoolery Tuesday goes on, as it progresses, especially when we get into the second hour, it's the cumulative effect. After seeing so much tomfoolery, at a certain point, everything just turns into a 5 out of 5. That's just the world we live in, you know? All right, one more, and then we will do a palate cleanser. And we'll call it a successful Tomfoolery Tuesday. I'm still not doing the full 2 or 3 hour Tomfoolery Tuesdays yet because I still haven't had the surgery and stuff that I need to have done, so I'm not up to doing a really long time, but usually about an hour is about as much as I can handle, so we've hit that. Let's do one more. This may be one that you've seen, but it certainly deserves a place on Tomfoolery Tuesday. I kind of put this in the same camp as the kid that was punching people, and he's just out giving an interview on his parents' front lawn? He's not sitting in a cell? What? This is kind of the same thing.
Been in San Francisco, basically homeless for 26 years.
46-year-old Adam Moore tells me he has lived on the sidewalk across the street from Stella Maris Academy for more than 2 years, and that his sign offering free fentanyl for new users is no joke. Moore says he's just passing on the drugs that other people give him in exchange for blankets and supplies he provides.
They feel bad if they don't reciprocate, so they bring me trash that they've scavenged, things that they think are valuable. Or they give me some of the drugs that they have, which I don't do.
You're exposing grade school kids to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is not right. You know that.
No, it's shallow.
The kids come out of the school and they see this?
Yeah. Yeah, I only live by 2 rules. Be kind to others and make it look easy for children.
The Richmond District.
The hell does that even mean, my dude?
Police captain told me.
You sure you're not using some of those drugs?
They recently tried an undercover sting on Moore, but he didn't have any drugs at the time. However, it's his past that's led to some concerns. Moore is on the Megan's Law website for lewd and lascivious acts with a child under the age of 14.
I was innocent of all of the charges that I've been accused of, convicted of.
Moore is apparently not considered a high-risk offender, so he does not have to follow the rule to stay 2,000 feet away from any school.
And I was told that he is in compliance with all of the components of what his sex registration are.
See what I mean? It's got the same energy as that kid that was just going around punching people and then is still just giving an interview on his parents' front lawn. You can't have. We don't have a society anymore, you guys. You know the meme. We live in a society. We don't have one. You're telling me a guy is sitting on a corner directly across the street from the front door of a school saying, "I will give you free drugs," and has been charged with molesting children, and they go, "Oh, he seems fine to me." I mean, he's in compliance with all. I mean, well, what's the problem? I don't get it. Are you upset about this, or what's? First of all, we shouldn't even be sitting here saying this guy needs to be sent to jail. Apparently, he should just still be in jail from the other charges that he also didn't do nothing. You know. Oh, sure, I've been charged a few times with touching some kids. Wasn't me, bro. He says as he's handing fentanyl to children who leave school. Wasn't me. I don't do anything weird with children. Hey, here's some pills, kid. And I love how he acts as if because he doesn't do the drugs. Well, it's totally fine. I mean, I don't do the drugs. Oh, so you just give them to children? Yeah, that's it. Oh, well, son of a bitch. Let him be. He's just, he's a good guy. You know what? I mean, what? Are you going to get on his case? Okay, he touched some kids and he gave them drugs. So what? He didn't do nothing, man. Nothing at all. You need to stop being such a bigot. Yeah, that's probably a 5 out of 5 tomfoolery since I gave the kid punching people in the head a 5 out of 5. This is a similar situation. 5 out of 5, definitely. I just listen to this cop. I mean, what is going on? We need to get rid of the whole state of California and just start over.
Been accused of, convicted of.
Moore is apparently not considered a high-risk offender, so he does not have to follow
this
the
cop.
rule to stay 2,000 feet away from any school.
And I was told that he is in compliance with all of the components of what his sex registration are.
Well, all good then, my dude. We are all good. It is all good in the hood, man. And if you want some fentanyl, he's got you, man. He's got you. Yeah, it's a short clip. We can play it one more time. Don't forget, if you have not liked the stream, make sure you like the stream. And if you do like the stream, check out the merch page. Super chat to support the channel. If you're listening to this stream later, after the stream, you can do the super thanks in the comments to help support. What else? I got my revolver. Thank you guys for that. The didn't do nothing stickers are still there, like I've said many times. I keep pushing it off just because I'm still dealing with these health issues that make I can't sit on the computer for a really long time, so I haven't switched the merch yet, but I need to get on it. Need to get on that. I'm going to bring back some Christmas merch and some just regular swamp merch. But yeah, we'll play this clip one more time. And then we'll do a Tomfoolery palate cleanser before we call it quits.
Been in San Francisco, basically homeless for 26 years.
46-year-old Adam Moore tells me he has lived on the sidewalk across the street from Stella Maris Academy for more than 2 years, and that his sign offering free fentanyl for new users.
And that's also the thing. The fact that it says new users tells you that this guy is effing with you. He knows what he's doing. He's not living by his creed of what? Make it look easy, whatever the hell he said.
Is no joke. Moore says he's just passing on the drugs that other people give him in exchange for blankets and supplies he provides.
They feel bad if they don't reciprocate.
Does this guy know that I just pass on the drugs that people give me? You just described a drug dealer. You've used neutral language to describe a drug dealer.
They bring me trash that they've scavenged, things that they think are valuable. Or they give me some of the drugs that they have, which I don't do.
You're exposing grade school kids to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is not right. You know that.
No, it's shallow.
The kid.
Why is this news reporter filming this, he's filming it with a phone and then a camera on the ground? Did they just send this reporter out with nothing but a camera and a GoPro and that's it? He doesn't have a crew or anything?
Did the kids come out of the school and they see this?
Yeah, I only live by 2 rules. Be kind to others and make it look easy for children.
The Richmond District Police Captain told me they recently tried an undercover
He's letting the children know it's easy to get hooked on fentanyl.
Sting on Moore, but he didn't have any drugs at the time. However, it's his past that's led to some concerns. Moore is on the Megan's Law website for lewd and lascivious acts with a child under the age of 14.
I was innocent of all of the charges that I've been accused of, convicted of.
Moore is apparently not considered a high risk.
I am skeptical. That you are innocent of those charges, my dude. I am skeptical. All right, you guys, that has been Tomfoolery Tuesday. We got 2 palate cleansers at the end there to get you to wash all this tomfoolery out of your mouth. Wow. I'm not going to say that ever again. I did not like the way that felt as I said that. First up, a grandma who will not take the tomfoolery. Is not having it. Not having the tomfoolery today.
How he identifies.
How do you identify?
Actually, I identify as...
oh, here we go. It's that long plethora of,
what?
Oh my God.
Wait for it.
I will. Let me get a chair. Believe that he's...
Yes. Oh my God. Here it comes. Let me get a chair so I can sit down for this long. I identify. Oh, brother. This is the reaction that everyone should have. I identify. Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. I really do not care. I identify as someone completely uninterested in what you're about to say. Thank you. Please leave. Oh, she is hilarious.
Gay.
That's how he identifies.
How do you identify?
Actually, I identify as.
Oh, here we go. It's that long plethora of, oh my God.
Wait for it.
I will. Let me get a chair. Believe that he.
Wait for it. What does this kid think he's doing? Well, no, wait for it. Wait for it. And to play us out for Tomfoolery Tuesday, this was hilarious. How English sounds to foreigners. And there's these two guys sitting here. This is genuinely hilarious.
Pakistan Patan. Today we have to the border in Afghanistan. We near after the Afghani OCC border area. We have to the rocket launcher firing after in the people 35 1 to the Boston.
Nails it.
We have to the border in Afghanistan. We near after the Afghani OCC border area. We have to the rocket launcher firing after in the people 35 1 to the Boston.
Fantastic. As someone who's made a lot of funny noises making fun of other languages, doing that exact same kind of gibberish thing, I'm happy to hear what it sounds like when someone does it with English. Because I can't do it. I speak English. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Swamp. This has been Tomfoolery Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out. As I said at the top of the stream, I had my last doctor's appointment before my surgery. I'm trying to get the surgery moved up to next week so I don't have to wait as long. And then we will be back full steam ahead. But in the meantime, we'll have a few streams. They'll be fun. They won't be the long ones, but I think it's all right. I think we're having a good time. All right, guys, make sure you like the stream. Stay wicked, my friends. I guess that's how we're signing off. I'll see you guys next time.